Welcome to the Falcon News Podcast. Everything you need to know to ship like a pro. In this podcast, we will be sharing our true experiences, lessons learned, and challenges faced in the freight forwarding industry. Today, meet Patrick, the CEO of Falcon.
Today we will be discussing freight forwarding simplified, your easy guide to navigating the complex world of logistics. Hello, Patrick. What is the role of a freight forwarder?
That's a good question because I think that the perception of the people in logistics about freight forwarders can be different. When I tell people what I do, they think I'm a trucker or I have my own airplanes or I'm captain of a boat. They're not really sure what we do. Yet, freight forwarding is involved with everything that we do on a daily basis. If you buy a sofa made somewhere in the world, or you're buying a sweater made in Turkey, or you're buying a car that is made in Sweden, it got here somehow, somewhere it got here. And that is really the role of a freight forwarder, is to make sure that the transportation that you need are done from door to door the easiest way possible. I saw a t-shirt one day that said, a freight forwarder will solve problems you didn't know you had in ways you will probably never understand. But that is really a little bit of an arrogant approach to what we do. We're really collaborators. So if our clients are basically either importers or exporters, so either they sold something that needs to be delivered or they purchased something overseas that they would need on this side of the ocean. And the role of a freight forwarder is basically to find out the best possible option that will combine a series of different modes of transportation. We all know that everything starts and ends with a truck. So, I've never seen an airplane parked, behind a warehouse unloading some stuff directly from a vessel. You don't see that. So everything starts and ends with a truck. And in between, it could be an airplane, a rail terminal, it could be an ocean vessel, it could be a ro-ro vessel. So the role of a freight forwarder is to make sure that the architecture of your transport is well designed in a way that is efficient to you and will deliver the products on time and destination. That's really what freight forwarder is about.
What differentiates a good freight forwarder from others?
I guess, I think the funniest way to trace is you have different doctors, right? So, or different dentists. So if you go to the dentist and you tell your dentist, my teeth are hurting, I want you to remove all my teeth because I want the pain to go away. A normal dentist will say, fine, he will extract all of your teeth and he will give you a bill for $25,000 and thank you for coming. You have no more pain. I would say a good dentist will ask you a few questions and see if there's a reason why your teeth are hurting, and maybe at the end of the day you won't have to remove all your teeth and be teethless for the rest of your life. So that really is a good dentist. But I say a great dentist will actually ask you a question and understand where your pain is coming from to be able to go at the source of the problem, solve the problem once and for all, and maybe you get to keep your teeth. So a freight forwarder, and a good freight forwarder and a bad freight forwarder, I think is about knowledge and about the ability to establish a rapport of cooperation with your client. Your client has all the information within his enterprise. He understands the supply chain, he understands his vendors, some that are late, some that are quality issues. So he understands the forecast, he knows what needs to go into production, he knows how much inventory he has, he knows what marketing promised the client in terms of delivery time, or what the salesman said the machine would be delivered. So I would say the logistics department within our client's organization are the eyes and ears inside the enterprise. And as a freight forwarder, you're on the outside looking in. Let your clients know what's going on the outside so that they can run their ship from the inside efficiently.
How can I compare rates and services between freight forwarders?
That's really difficult because the rates are changing all the time. And even the schedules are changing all the time, so it's a moving target. If you have one container a week coming in from China and you want to have rates being updated on a regular basis, it's difficult for you to compare, because you'll get 5 different options from one freight forwarder, 5 different options from the other freight forwarder. These are probably not comparable because they have a better transit time, they have a better port option. That's a low rate, but you're not able to get on board. So what's a low rate if you don't get your shipment moving, right? So I would always suggest to develop a rapport of collaboration with your freight forwarder. Pick one and check your rates every quarter or every half a year, but pick one freight forwarder that will understand your business, understand your suppliers, build a relationship throughout the supply chain to make sure that your products arrive on time, and compare rates with them. I always say our clients are asking for the lowest rates, but it's probably not the best rate. The best rate is really, what do you need, and not necessarily what do you want. You want a competitive rate, but you also want your product to arrive on time, because what you don't calculate when you compare rates for an air freight or a container is, what if that shipment doesn't come on time? What if we're not able to deliver to the client on the promised date? Or I'm running out of material and I have a production issue. What does that cost? That's something that often the logistics department don't take into consideration when looking at the price from one container or another. What does it mean if that container is stuck at the port in Vancouver for a week because of dwell time or rail issues? So those are these discussions that you're supposed to have with your freight forwarder to better understand the complexity of the outside world and share the complexity of your enterprise. So just being able to collaborate, then you come up with the solution, and now you're able to function.
What are the benefits of partnering with a freight forwarder?
So when you have a freight forwarder that is also your partner, you can share your forecast with him. Give him the ability to book those containers ahead of time at a competitive rate. Make sure you get on board. Give the visibility of what's going on within your enterprise to your freight forwarder, and collaborate with them on a weekly basis. You can meet with them on a weekly basis or even on a monthly basis. Make sure you understand what's going on with a lot of times you hear the same things. Why is my container late? Why is the container not on board? Why did we miss that vessel? Why is it stuck in Vancouver? It's better to have the knowledge beforehand, make a decision with clarity, and avoid these situations. So I always say to my clients, we're very good at putting out fires, but we're better at avoiding them. So if you have a partnership with your freight forwarder, you're able to talk honestly with trust and understanding about your challenges. If your freight forwarder is blind, then you don't need a freight forwarder. You will just use them to get the best rates, and then you'll follow your shipments yourself without knowing where it is. Your freight forwarder is really there to tell you, hey, I'm not able to get on that vessel at that price, but in order for me to be here on September 15, we can catch that vessel. And I'm pretty confident that with that solution, we'll be able to meet your target rate and your target delivery date. So that's really possible if you have a collaboration with your freight forwarder and you're able to make quick decisions.
Well, thank you, Patrick, for giving us a behind-the-scenes look in the world of logistics.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening. If you like this episode, please take the time to add your comments below and follow us. Go to falconfreight.ca to learn more.